Bing, bong, bing. This just in. I have returned. You cannot kill me with your poison blood. You cannot end me. I am eternal. Thanks, Tom. Thank you so much. Well, the time is 11:29. Bing, bong, bing. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Commute, the show where you sit shotgun as I drive to work. Pretty normal day. The last podcast from last week, a lot of shit went down. I didn't really talk about much, but there was something happening the whole time. I was completely forgetting so many things. Oh, there's thunder in the distance. Ooh, that's a lot of thunder. I don't hear it either, so it must be pretty far. But so at the end of the last at the end of the last podcast, I heard, you heard me say that I found some kind of thing in the back seat. I figured out what it was. There's a little wormy creature, a little brain worm stuck in my car. It was trying to get me. And now I know, you know? Now I can deal. So that's good. So I've been nursing him back to health, and he's a cute little guy. I got him in a little jar so he can't eat my brains, and he'll just be hanging out. He keeps sending me weird psychic messages and trying to keep up this whole illusion about the radio. Bing, bong, bing. See, here it is again. Pay no attention to the worm in the bottle. Pay no attention. You are simply delusional. I do not exist. I mean, the worm does not exist. My name is Bill, and I'm Tom, Bill. The weather is weathery. See, he doesn't even know how weather works. It's very dark. There is lightning all over the place. So much lightning. That is true. Maybe this radio thing. Anyway, back to you, Bill. Thanks, Tom. The time is 11:31. Bing, bong, bing. I don't know why he insists on saying the time. It seems kind of unnecessary, you know? Anyway, today we are going to be talking about the streams I've been doing, how far I've come on it, some comments. I'm going to try to read some comments and see if my phone doesn't lock in the middle of this. I am driving, so, you know, I can only read it at stop signs. And I want to talk about my fears of, you know, growing beyond my current fan base, because I'm really worried about that. And there's a last thing I threw in there if we have time. I want to talk about my indecision to monetize my channel. I'm still not sure about it. I want to talk about some stuff about that, some goings on at YouTube that have sort of affected how I think about everything, and I'm not really sure. Anyway, so that was Wormy. He's my nice little guy. He's my cute little angel. He's my nice little pal. Bing, bong, bing. Pay no attention to the worm in the jar. I don't know how many times we have to say this. Why don't you listen to us through the radio? That's how all radio broadcasts work. Wormy, that's not how it works, man. He will devour your mind. He will devour you. He will eat you from the inside out, devouring, liquefying your brain into nothing but goo. Liquidy, gooey goo. All right, buddy. Bing, bong, bing. You can try, Wormy. You can try. But you're my little buddy. So, good luck getting out of that jar. Anyway, so let's talk about some comments. I have a very, very long one, so I might paraphrase it a little bit. I don't know if I should say people's names, so I'm still going to continue to not do that. But this person said, oh, there is lightning in the distance. Oh, shit. They said that they really loved Chain of Memories. It was their first Kingdom Hearts game, and they watched the story of 1 and 2 via Let's Plays. So they played Chain of Memories. It was like their first one. And they said it was really heartwarming, and people really desperately needed to see, and the teen them needed to see. And I'd love to go through all of this, but it's a lot. And I don't want the whole show to be me reading comments. Mostly because, you know, the premise of this show, which is driving. Maybe it's not lightning. Maybe it's the airport. There's an airport in the void? Or is that light? I don't know. There's a lot of flashing going on. But yeah, the story, what we're talking about today is a lot of comments reacting to my Truth About Riku's Darkness video that I've come out with recently. It seems like anytime I talk about Riku, I can't help but bring up the gay themes in his story. And even when I am absolutely clear that you don't have to accept that Riku is gay, I literally said that in the video, that I don't, like, it is not important. It's I'm talking about it, and that's part of the video, but it's less about that, and it's more about the fact that the story is about identity and struggle within yourself and all these different things, but straight people lose their shit over it. So they said, they were talking, this person who left this comment was affected by my video, because that's the point, is to give people emotions. So I think I succeeded in that. So it gave them, them watching Kingdom Hearts as a kid and seeing all these themes and reading into it, and, interpreting things. They said that it gave them the courage to look at the if Riku can have the courage to look at the worst parts of himself, then so can they. They can be better than that. They can forgive themselves. This part of themselves doesn't define them. They could change what these words mean to them, because of light and darkness. The dark side of you is just as important as the light side of you. And it's not just about being gay, but it's also about the worst parts of yourself are also a part of the, can be the best parts of you. You have to accept every part of you. And when you're gay, that's kind of a part of you that you need to accept. And it seems like straight people think gay people just are always gay and they never have any emotions about it. It seems like they don't seem to understand the systemic and difficult existence it is to be a gay person, especially back then, when it comes to your own internal thought processes and emotions. I mean, nowadays there might be some kids that are totally fine, but it wasn't back then. And I doubt it's okay now, considering the insane extremism on both sides. I'm sure it's even worse. Kids are insane nowadays. They do not hold back. They are fucking horribly cruel, from what I've heard from my cousin and her kids, and a close coworker I have and her kids, and the shit that her kids have to deal with. It's a lot. So this person learned a lot from Riku's story, and this part of themselves that they don't like, it doesn't have to define them, and that light and darkness and their own things they hate about themselves don't have to change. And they said, and also, yes, I am queer. And they did an XD face. And they said 5 years on It's Transfemme HRT. And sapphic leading bisexual, going by she, her. So she's more towards the lesbian end of the spectrum, but she's still bi. Just like I'm more towards the gay end of the spectrum, but I'm bi. And that's more because of personal reasons in my past. personal experiences. To be honest, I feel like I'm pretty 50-50 on all that, but it doesn't really matter. The percentage of your gayness, it's a very bi thing. To be honest, you're both. By being bi, you're kind of your own thing, really. You can either say both gay and straight, or you can say it's its own thing, because it kind of is. But anyway, someone else said, I love that you made a video on this. Like you said, not a lot of people know the story about Riku and him confronting the parts of himself that he doesn't like. And they think that's what, and they think that's why people are so confused why Riku's going to Quadratum alone in the future Kingdom Hearts games. And it's because Sora needs to learn this same lesson, that there are parts of himself that he needs to accept. Sora has a lot of forced positivity going on. This is me saying this. Sora has a lot of forced positivity going on inside. He doesn't really know how to deal with it. And he has a lot of pent-up anger. And there is this whole Dark Sora thing, Anti-Sora, which is a game mechanic to force you to not use specific forms in boss battles. But, that's a thing. Sora has shit he isn't dealing with. And Riku needs to be there so that he can help him learn that. Not so much as, a love story thing, which it could be down the line for some people. It might even happen. But, especially with the way things are leaning nowadays, it might actually happen. But if it doesn't, if it's not a thing, Riku still needs to be there to help Sora with his emotional, internal issues that he's not dealing with. He's in the heroine's journey, which is what Kingdom Hearts is kind of doing. There's a part where there's a shadow self that you must confront, and that's what Riku is. Riku is a model of what Sora could be, just like Repliku was a model of what Riku could be. But whatever. It's its own thing. And yeah, that Riku needs development moving into Kingdom Hearts 4, and his story is mirroring Sora's story, and they need to reconcile this grief and trauma that they both have, both from each other and from outside forces. And then another one, just a small little one, about a week ago, somebody said, thank you for what you do, and I enjoy your perspective. Much appreciated, heart. I really like that. It feels nice to have good comments every once in a while. But we're about to move on to a new thing. The next part of comment reading. The negative stuff. I like to start with the sad stuff and then move into the bad stuff. Man, it is lightning as fuck over there. Holy shit. I don't hear any thunder. That's the crazy thing. This isn't a bit. It's for real. There's a shit ton of lightning everywhere. Anyway, I only have 20 minutes left, so I gotta hurry up. Bing, bong, bing. Hello. This is the news. Definitely the news. Obviously. This just in. 2 straight bros got lost and have wandered around and into the Aloney channel. They seem to be confused about where they are and what is happening. Over to you, Tom. Well, Bill, it seems like there's a lot of lightning going around, and I'm a little scared. That's okay, Tom. It's totally normal to be scared of lightning striking near a car. Remember that he will one day consume your mind. The time is 11:42. Bing, bong, bing. Man, Wormy, could you not root around in my brain and spoil what I'm trying to talk about? Yes, 2 straight bros did wander into the stream, and they said a couple of things. Man, when Wormy gets in my head, when he's trying to make me believe that this radio is real, to manipulate me into opening the jar, maybe, he gets into my brain. He lets out some of my internal thoughts, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, 3 days ago, when the video came out, someone said, "You had me till the end. Cool vid, though." Now, I'm guessing what they're saying is that they agreed with me until I started going on a rant about Mickey and gayness, and yeah, I went a little too far. I just like saying that part. I was still in streamer mode because I just finished streaming right before I recorded, and I was making some bits about Mickey being like homophobic, and like he's trying to, like he says, oh, when I first heard about the darkness, I thought it was something to be afraid of, but now I see that you're a good one, basically. And I was making a bit about that in the video, but it didn't come across because there's no context around it. It wasn't that good a bit, and it probably shouldn't have been in the video. I probably should cut it out, but they must have seen that, and that must have been the thing that took them off. But the person that was lost is the next person. Like, they said cool vid, though. You see, I'm fine with that. I had another comment like that, too, that I reacted to that was basically like, look, I don't agree with this. This is weird, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not homophobic. I'm gay, but I don't agree with this, blah, 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 blah. But it was a good video. See? And that's the kind of thing you need. You need, like, a little compliment after the criticism to be actually, like, listened to. But if you're just straight up like this guy where you're like, it's not a gay allegory, what the fuck? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're entirely entitled to have that opinion. That's totally fine. And you could even say it directly to me. That's fine too. It does kind of upset me when it happens, not because they said that, but because I feel like they're not my target demographic, and I feel like that reflects badly on me. But it's more the algorithm's fault. It's YouTube's algorithm for recommending it to even more people because of the greed. Like, it shouldn't be going outside my 1,000 people that watch me, but it does. And when it does, well, problems occur like that. So I don't want to upset someone, you know, with what I say. But apparently they were upset. And it gives me more engagement, you know. But yeah, the second one is the one that really got me. The reason I brought this up is because the second guy said, yeah, bro, these people are nuts. So, at first I was just going to leave this alone because I was like, oh, whatever, this is a nothing burger. But then people responded. So I want to talk about the people who responded and this whole thing. So someone responded and they said, I like how you had to take out time in your day to whine about this. Maybe you're, and they're making a joke here, maybe you're gay for Riku because you seem to feel a deep need to defend him from opinions of a small YouTuber, LOL, right? So they're taking the piss out of your take. They're saying they're doing what you did to me. So I said something this person didn't like, and then they said, what the fuck, this isn't an allegory. The other guy said, yeah, these people are nuts, right? That's fine. So now someone else has seen what you said, and they're doing what you did to me, to you. They're responding to what you said with their own criticism, and then making a joke on top of it, playfully saying, well, maybe you're gay. And you see, this is just a person making a bit, you know? They saw your comment, and they went, I don't like that. So then they say, Jesus Christ, bro, it ain't that serious. Well, now you're making it serious. This kind of response doesn't solve anything. A YouTuber's size doesn't absolve them of scrutiny. If they make a bad take, people are going to say something. Exactly. And you made your piece, and I'm fine with that. It's totally okay for them to say what they said, and I don't need people defending me. But you yourself say something, so then this person says something to what you said. You know? And yeah, it is true that because I'm a small YouTuber, I still deserve to be criticized just as much as any other YouTuber. It doesn't absolve me, and that is the argument that the person was making before. So you actually do have a good critical response to their response. The Jesus Christ, bro, I guess, is your version of the jokey, maybe you're gay thing. You know, they said, maybe you're gay, and you went, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, yo, I'm not gay, bro. To sort of reinforce, like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and also just you were offended by them calling you gay, which, you know what? I get why that would be offensive. If you're not, you know. The person responded with if I recall, I saw your comment earlier. I have no problem with criticism. You laid out a reasoning. This guy is obviously just a massive homophobe. So I let him know how sad he was to be trolling around online, fighting against the mere thought that someone else had their own ideas about a character. I could definitely argue with your reasoning since the video was about there's a car passing, sorry. The video was about an under the layers look, where again, he gave us his opinion on the parallels. If at no point did he shrug his shoulders and go, well, Riku is canonically gay, but at least you had a reasoning. It's something more than, no, my favorite character can't be seen as gay by anyone because I'm terrified of the gay. Exactly. Yeah, so that's a real thing. Like, that's a legitimate thing that happens all the fucking time, and I'm glad somebody said it, because I get comments on a daily basis. Maybe not a daily basis, because I'm still small, but I get maybe, it's more like every single time my channel gets beyond its subscribers, before the people don't know who I am, when I get sent to strangers, new people that might then join the group or not, YouTube sometimes sends it to the wrong people because it doesn't classify me as a gay channel, which I don't want it to, because if it does, then it's going to lower my views and not send me to as many people, because it's really shitty about that. So I try to be a little more nuanced in the way I speak, so that YouTube's word reading software isn't exact and doesn't immediately classify me as, well, this is just gay channel for gays. Because I do want non-gays to see me. There's a lot of straight women who really enjoy my content, and I'm fine with them being around, and I'm fine with a lot of straight men who disagree. But what I don't like is when they send it to people who are kind of not into gay people in any way, who don't want to see gay people. And that's fine. They can have that fucking opinion. Sorry, I swore. They can have that opinion. But I'm holding back my anger. They can have the homophobic opinions. That's totally fine. You can believe that you don't like gay people. That's fine. You can hate gay people. I don't like that, but you have your own autonomy as a human being, and you're allowed to have opinions I don't agree with. Inside, I wanted to say something else. Bing, bong, bing! Maybe Wormy can explain this better. Welcome to the news. My name is Bill. I am filled with rage. Rage against the homophobia. The subtle and subconscious homophobia. I don't think they are homophobic necessarily every time, but sometimes they are. And it is angering, and I think that it is a stupid opinion to have, to say that gay people aren't people, or that you hate gay people. I think you are stupid and ignorant and you don't understand. But that's just what I think. The subconscious that Aloney has, that he's not putting out in the public, because that's not nice. What do you think, Tom? Well, I think that Aloney should open the jar and let the worm out. I think that would be a really great thing to do. I think that I agree with your points entirely, and I believe that Aloney should open that worm jar. Studies say that if you open the worm jar, good things will happen, you know? So you should do it. You should open the worm jar and release the thing you call Wormy. Anyway, back to you, Bill. Well, the time is 11:52. Bing, bong, bing. Shit, man, I'm gonna be fucking late. I'm driving at full speed, but apparently I'm still gonna be late. I was running a little late when I got in the car. So yeah, I want to talk about the fears I have about this, because, like, I don't like homophobia at all, but I also grew up in an incredibly homophobic place, and I have many homophobic family members, and they're not homophobic in the sense of, I hate gays. In fact, the place I live is very open, and they talk about how much they love their pride celebrations, and they have all this fun stuff, and they don't hate gay people at all. But also, for my entire life, they said gay meant stupid, and they said all these fucking horrible things growing up that I internalized, and homophobia is a real thing, and it's everywhere, and it's pervasive, and it used to be way worse than it is now. Transphobia definitely used to be way worse. That shit used to be on TV. But, you know, with the no homos and all that shit, it's a thing. But I've learned to live with homophobes and let them believe what they want to believe and say what they want to hear, so that they don't take me into a field with their truck and drive at me over and over again. Until, maybe they accidentally don't hit the brakes. True story. But they didn't accidentally hit their brakes. They kept hitting the brakes, which was nice. That was nice of them. But no. Sorry, I'm getting a little heated here. But yeah, so basically it's entirely okay to disagree with me. I am only upset because it is sent to the wrong people, and there's nothing I can really do about it. There's just people who are homophobic out there, and they're going to see my stuff, and they're going to react to it, and maybe my fans will see it and say something. Maybe that will cause more problems and more fights. I don't know. What I do know is it's beyond my control. There's nothing I can really do about it other than acknowledge that it has happened and continue to acknowledge various things like this if it's important. I found a comment of someone disagreeing with me. I agreed on their points that I agreed with. The parts that I agree with, which was I did go a little too far near the end with my bit about, the Mickey thing. And I said, hey, I appreciate the nuance in your comment, and this is the way that, you should do that. But I've gotten so many comments that are like, not gay, bye, like, not gay, goodbye, or what the fuck is this, or you're crazy, or you're reading into things, or you're obsessed, or you're, I've heard even worse things. And it's like, look, dude, you don't understand the nuance of the video, because I clearly state that I don't even 100% believe in these statements all the time. Sometimes I'm saying what my audience believes, and sometimes I'm saying things I used to believe, and sometimes I'm saying things that I'm not 100% on. Also, there were 2 deer right there that I almost hit. They were just standing in the middle of the goddamn road. Why do they do that? Bing, bong, bing. Hey, Tom. Hey, Bill. There were 2 deer in the middle of the road. I was scared. I was terrified. There's lightning going constantly. There's deer. Driving is a stressful experience. Why the hell is this guy putting us in a goddamn passenger seat? Ha, Wormy! You said us and passenger seat. That's you. You're not them. They're not you. They're you. Don't try to say they're not you. Well, you have me there, Bill. Yeah, Tom. Fucking Wormy. You son of a bitch. I got you. Look, Wormy, you can be mad. I understand. I put you in a jar, but you were trying to eat my brains. I feel like I could let you go, but I know you're just going to come back for them sweet, sweet brains. And I can't let you do that, because if you eat my brains, you're going to die. You got sick last time. Don't eat my brains, Wormy. Don't eat my brains. Don't eat my brains, Wormy. Now to Becca with the sports. I do love how progressive you are, Wormy. I really do. Well, Blitzball today. The Blitzball team fought against the other Blitzball team. It was very glorious. And they won 57 million and 2 to 76. Wow, Wormy. You really got to understand sports. I don't even think you can score that much in Blitzball. I think Blitzball only gets a couple of points here and there. It's like soccer. Okay, Wormy. The time is 11:57. Bing, bong, bing. All right, so I have 3 minutes till I have to get to work. I wanted to go more in depth about some other things that have happened. I wanted to talk about my fears of monetizing my channel, because part of me doesn't want to do it, and part of me also doesn't want my channel accidentally deleted when I ask. Part of me thinks that relying on if I take money from YouTube, which I would love to do, I would love to take some money. Money's great. I have been working for 5 fucking years for no money. So I could take the money from YouTube, because they're going to put ads on my video. They already have been putting ads on my video since the beginning. That's what they do. It's automatic. The ads are already there. They simply give you the ability to tell if an ad can go on there and give you a cut after a certain threshold is met. After it makes enough for it to be justified for them to give you a cut, because the percentage would be so small they can't even fucking send it to you. It would cost more to send it to you than it would to be to make, so they can't send it to you until you get to a certain point. So I'm at that point where I can ask for money. And I want to ask for money because I deserve the money. But it will put the channel in danger. Possibly. They might delete it. That's kind of my paranoia talking, but they might. And it also means that I'm taking money from advertisers, which means that that does affect what I do, even if I don't think it does. Even if I refuse to believe that it does, it will affect what I do. Because very recently, 2 channels that I love have been having problems with advertisements. A channel called Explosum, which made Cyanide and Happiness. They used to make the comic, and now they make animations, and they've been doing it for 10 years, and it's a very good channel. They put out a video called RIP, which was their 10th anniversary video, which was about how they can't deal with the fact that they don't make enough money anymore. They don't break even with it because they pay their animators and give them health care. They don't break even anymore on their videos because of YouTube's horrible monetization policies and just the system at large, and also because the bubble's kind of bursting. And also, I think they're kind of inspired by Dropout, like everybody else, to abandon YouTube and go get paid more money. You know, it's sort of like a jealousy type deal. But I think they are legitimately suffering too, and they don't have a parent company like most places, like Rooster Teeth did. So they've been independent this whole time, and now they have to cut back on what they do and tell their fans that because they don't have the money to keep going the same way. And that means that being monetized on YouTube has affected how they acted this entire time, and it's currently affecting how they act now. So relying on YouTube for money would be bad for me in general. And if it makes money, I will eventually begin to rely on it. And then it will change the way I do my videos. It'll change the way I make content. It'll change me as a person. YouTube has already changed me a lot, and I'm already been forced to do a lot of things I don't want to do. And I don't want that to happen more, you know? So monetizing my channel might not even be the best idea. And another channel I wanted to talk about was Honest Ads did a video because they've been adding sponsors into their video, and it's been pissing a lot of people off. I even was like, this is a little excessive when I watched it. So they put a video out about Honest Ads, which was like a meta video. I think they could have gone farther with it. I don't think they did that much with it. It didn't feel as insightful as normal. It felt like they were holding back. And I get it. I would hold back too if I'm criticizing myself. But it was all about how, like, no matter what, it was a very nihilistic view that, like, no matter what you do, you are a part of capitalism. It was a very fascinating video. And I'd love to go in more depth about it. But I'm at work, and I gotta go. So I have 4 minutes to get in there and punch in. So I gotta go right now. I'd love to stay, but, you know. This show's gotta be 30 minutes anyway, so I might as well do it in the one trip. I don't want to ramble. I rambled in the first few episodes, and it made the show worse. Short and snippy is perfect. There's so much fucking lightning out. What the hell is going on? And none of it is near me. It's always, like, right outside my range. It's like fucking 73 yards up in here. Anyway. Thanks for sitting with me. Thanks to you guys for listening. And thanks to Wormy for sitting here. He's my little guy. Bing, bong, bing. You know, I will kill you one day, Aloney. I will burrow into your skull, crack through your skull, and devour your brain after liquefying it. I know I had a reaction to your brain earlier, but I know that if I eat it again, I will survive. I survived once, which means I can survive again. So watch out. The time is 12:02. All right, bing, bong, bing. All right, Wormy, well, there you go. Wormy thinks he's going to eat me. You're not going to eat me, buddy. It's not going to happen. You're not getting out of that jar. At least not yet. Not until you're a good little worm. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. The thunder's getting loud, and I got to run. So I'll say what I always say. Cringe you later. Bye.